Hey everyone, my name is James, and today I'm going to be teaching you 7 awesome Terraria life hacks, and these are going to be really good if you're a new player or an old player. And if you like this kind of content and you want to see more like it, why not click that subscribe button? By subscribing to ChippyGaming, you're in the one-stop place for all your Terraria needs, and you'll also be notified straight away when we post Terraria life hacks part 8. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the first life hack. So we've mentioned hoiking a lot in the past when talking about Terraria life hacks, but this new method will actually allow you to explore the world without actually moving your character. And this is going to be great if you're using a Spelunker potion, you want to see a bunch of different ores, or you just want to check out what's to the left or to the right of your actual spawn. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's actually pretty simple. So all you need to do is grab 2 random blocks. So I'm going to use wood for this. So I'm going to place 1 block here and then 1 block here. Basically 1 at the feet and then 1 just above the head. I'm going to hammer them so that the slope is facing towards me, just like this. And then I'm also going to place some rope here. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of rope. Right, so I need to get onto this and then I'm going to grapple this wall here. So you ready? Grapple. And with that, the camera actually moves to the left or to the right. And this is amazing. So this was actually found on Reddit, and I'm going to leave a video down below to the actual person who found this because I just think this is crazy. And it's great if you just want to see everything in the world. And I really see this being used and exploited in PvP matches. But it's literally that simple. You just get on and then you just need to grapple. It doesn't always work, man. Showing me up, but it's so cool. Look at that. And then all you do is press space to actually cancel it, and it could be done both ways, left or right. Okay, so this life hack is absolutely brilliant. If you've just started up a new save and you're a little bit underpowered, but you actually get a slime rain event and you're like, what do I do? This is a really cool way of actually defeating the king slime without actually having to bother with a stadium and avoiding it. And this is great for normal mode and expert mode. All you need to do is simply just build a rope tower up about this high. Now, most people would tell you to actually just jump onto a platform here because they can't actually, spawn on the platform. But you just need a rope column. That's literally it. If you spawn a king slime here, he will not be able to touch me. Just wait. There he is. So you just wait around for him. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up on my rope tower like this. I'm just going to see the perfect height. Can't reach me. If I had a little bit more rope as well, I'd be a little bit more secure. And that is literally it. He cannot hurt you here. You can get him as small as you want. He will not be able to touch you. And if I just use this Meow Meow real quick, as you can see, he's dead meat. So you can actually use a bunch of grenades here, maybe some shuriken, maybe a bow and arrow. But it's such a simple way to cheese a fight that could give you an awesome mount. So that mount can be used for a lot of other things in the game as well. But I'll just leave that life hack there for you. Alright, so let's say you're a little bit further on in your Terraria adventure and you want an area where you can replenish hearts and mana stars really easily. Let's say you don't want to have to deal with potions because of course you get potion sickness. And let's say you don't want to drag your nurse around. Well, you can actually stick a bunch of these in your world and they're so easy to make. They really are just dead simple and they're so effective for what they are. So all you need to do is make a simple crab box, and now this is nothing new. This is literally what every single person who loves wiring does. So we'll just make another layer up. Let's get rid of this slime. Make another layer up just like this. Now what we're going to do is a conveyor belt method. So I'm going to place down 1 conveyor belt and then a cyan teal plate. Now I've actually got these hooked up. So as you can see, my conveyor belt is hooked up to the cyan teal plate. And then that is hooked up to these crabs. So when I stand on it, it's going to make a little bit of a racket, but you'll understand what's happening. So I'm going to stand on it. Now, as you can see, I'm stuck in one place. And how this is actually happening is me being here is triggering this. And it's triggering this 60 times a second, I believe. And then this is actually changing rotation because I'm triggering this. Now, all I need to do is place a Raven Staff in there or some other summon. And as you can see, it's just constantly killing crabs. Now, if I needed health or if I needed mana stars, it would actually get me them. So if I use this last prism right here, it should, when I use it, actually give me mana stars. And if I was needing it, it would give me life hearts as well. So it's so cool, it's so simple, and you can build a few of these around your world. They're just awesome to use, and I just think that's such a simple design as well. So yeah, on to the next life hack. So for this next life hack, I'm going to have to jump into this ocean of water, but let me paint you a scenario. Let's say you've just started your Terraria adventure, you dive down into a cavern, and you happen to fall into a big pool of water. What do? Well, a lot of players would actually struggle because they don't have any torches they can place because, of course, you're underwater. They might not have glow sticks yet because you get them from jellyfish, so let's say you've not killed one yet. What do you actually do? You can't build out because you can't see. Well, there's actually a super simple method to gain just a tiny bit of light, and this is what the pro players do, honestly. So you dive into the water, and I'm not going to be able to show you fully because our character is a little bit illuminated because it's still daytime and this is not a cave. But what you need to do is you need to get so underwater that it's pitch black. Look, this is the best I can do. But here's what will give you just a little bit of light. Actually throwing a coin out will give you enough glimmer of light to actually see your way out. It's so hard to show because obviously I need the video to be a little bit brighter so you guys can actually see it, but trust me, it works a bomb. Okay, I'm super pitch black. I'm going to throw out a coin. There you go. There's your little glimmer of light. It's not much, and there's a shark, but that's exactly what I meant. It was just so hard to actually show you guys with some armor on. And what you can also do is you can engage your mount and then disengage your mount as well. And then if you have some ice arrows, which are so easy to craft, ice arrows will actually fire underwater and they're super bright. So just a little method, if you ever need it, just throw a coin on the floor. It will give you the littlest glimmer of light. But yeah, it's a lifesaver. Now, in part 6 of Terraria Life Hacks, I gave you guys a really awesome way of actually being able to fish without having to deal with enemy spawns. Now, you can actually use peace candles and calming potions for this, but everybody knows that. But another method you can actually use to make sure no enemies spawn around your base is by having multiple statues around the base set up to a timer. So what you can do is you can have bunnies running around, and what that will actually do is it will fill up all of the enemy spawn slots. Because if there are too many enemies that are actually spawned in an area, it means no more can actually come of it. So if you have a bunch of bunnies and a bunch of goldfish, then enemies can't spawn. It's so simple. All you need is some wiring, and then you just let them free. And it's great if you have it set up to a timer and you let them run free a little bit, because as you can see, you can spawn loads of bunnies when they're not close together. But once you start having a bunch of them, you know, it gets a little bit harder to actually spawn in one area. But it's a really great tip if you just want to avoid enemies around your base, and it keeps everything just a little bit more secure. So you may not be able to make infinite houses in Terraria anymore, but there is a simple low resource build that you can actually do, and this is actually used by the speedrunning community a lot. So I'm just going to make a simple base like this with a crafting bench and a chair, and then all I need to do is build up platforms. As you can see here on the left, I actually used wooden blocks. And then I'm going to make a nice column house like this, and I'm going to build it up on the other side as well, just so that it's nice and symmetrical. And then all you need is a little bit of back wall. Now, I was under the impression that you needed like a full set of back wall every time you made a house, but that's not actually true. I was really surprised when I actually found that out. So let's just get rid of that, and then we'll do one more row here. Nice. And then all you need is a little torch on this one. So I'm just going to put a torch there. If I can put it there, actually I can't. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that bit. I'm going to put a wooden block there, because then I can actually place my torch. But I guess you could have just put it on the back wall as well. But as you can see, this should be an official Terraria house. Let's have a little look. It's suitable. That's insane. I mean, that completely blew my mind as to what I thought a Terraria house was, because that is fully functioning. Alright, this next life hack is so simple, I can't believe I have not covered it here before. So, I actually learned this one from my friend Python, and it's so simple. So, let's say you've come into the dungeon, you've just defeated Skeletron, and you see yourself a biome chest. Now, you're not going to be able to open that for a very long time, but you might want to come back to it. So, let's make it easier to come back to. All you need to do is simply cover it in torches. And then when looking on the mini-map, you'll know exactly where it is. Because, look, you can go over every single thing and go, all right, is it this one? Is it this one? But no, you've got a nice ring of torches around it. And you can get a little bit more creative as well. So let's say, well, this one is jungle. So let's do a J. Now when I look on my mini-map, there's a J. I'm like, okay, this one's jungle. And you could do like a H or an I. and it's such a simple way of just remembering exactly where they are. I've been caught with this a few times in my Let's Plays where I've just not known where they are, so this one is so simple, but it's honestly brilliant. So that's about it for today's Terraria life hacks. I really hope you learned something new, and if you'd like to learn more, I actually have a series playlist full of Terraria life hacks. This is actually episode 7 of a series I've been working on for over 3 years now, but I do want to give you guys a little bit of a warning. If you're going back to the earlier episodes, each one of those episodes ended with a troll hack. So essentially, the series was actually based on a meme at the time called the Good Advice Mallard, and this is a duck that would give people real advice. Now, for every bit of good advice, there would also be one that would give bad advice. So in the earlier episodes, I showed a green duck for all of the good life hacks, and then a red duck for all of the bad life hacks. But because that meme isn't popular at all anymore, I get so many comments and emails asking why the final life hack never works. It's just meant to be a little bit of fun, but I get so many comments about it. But that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Like I mentioned at the start, if you do want to see more like this, be sure to click that subscribe button. By subscribing to ChippyGaming, you are in the one-stop place for all your Terraria needs. And that's about it. Right, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.